Welcome to the Big Match Revisited, a chance to look back at the way football was televised 4 decades ago. This edition was shown in May 1977, when promotion and relegation issues were being settled. It's pure football nostalgia, with host and commentator Brian Moore.
And welcome again to the Big Match. So the last full weekend of the Football League season, and today we reached right through the full range of emotions, really, as this amazing season reaches its climax. We go to Chelsea, already sure of First Division football next season, and see pitch invasions that ruin their afternoon of celebration against Hull. And you'll see just why Chelsea have now decided to erect fences for the start of next season, with juvenile admission being raised from 50p to £1. We're going to go to Bolton, where they needed to avoid defeat against Second Division champions Wolves to keep on course for promotion to the First. And we're going to slip into the Fourth Division, where Colchester needed just 1 point against Bradfo City to make sure of their jump into the Third Division. And we've got with us a happy and relieved Terry Venables, manager of Crystal Palace, and his young defender, Ken Sansom, who had to sit it out yesterday, of course, while Mansfield beat Wrexham, which in the end ensured Palace of promotion to the Second Division. But first, we're going to go off to Chelsea, where the players have been presented individually to the crowd at the start of the day, and where they fielded this side against Hull. In fact, it's the side that got the vital point at Wolves last week to make sure of Chelsea going back to the First Division. A chance for them to show a bit of style, really, in relaxed fashion, a tailpiece to a memorable season. One youngster who'll never forget the end of this season, I'm sure, it's Tommy Langley, who scored that vital point-winning goal last Saturday at Molineux. And what about the old campaigner, Peter Bonetti, the goalkeeper? It must be marvellous for him to go back into the First Division after all these years. Hull come with a side that's always been just beyond the clutches of relegation, now without the injured Billy Bremner, who steadied them so well for most of the season. Big problem all along has been a lack of convincing firepower, but in other ways they seem a well-organised side, and manager John Kay has settled on a youngster, young Rob MacDonald here, an 18-year-old Scot now playing only his 3rd game. The referee today, Reg Robinson, he comes from Norwich. He refereed the West Ham Derby game last week. And the crowd, look at it, astonishing, 43,000.
So here we go then. The Chelsea celebrations already underway. Let's see if they can finish them off in style against Hull City today. Chelsea in the all-blue strip, of course, attacking the goal to our right. Hull in all white. At this moment lying 14th in the table, so no fears whatsoever of being at the wrong end of the table. Astonishingly large crowd here for a match with really nothing vital hanging on it. But plenty here who just want to join in those Chelsea celebrations. Steve Wicks, the number 5. The number 10 is Rob MacDonald. Galvin for Hull. To Vries. Galvin. He's got himself into a shooting position here, and it called for a good save from Bonetti. Galvin worked his way into a good position for that right foot shot, hit it well, and the fists of Bonetti did the rest. Corner then for Hull. Bringing Dave Roberts up, the number 6. And also the number 5, Stuart Croft. There's Roberts. Began his career just down the road at Fulham. Long cross. In fact, it might reach Roberts, but another fair-haired fellow was just that little bit bigger, Steve Wicks. Crossed in again by Lord. Bonetti's catch. Now Wilkins. He's slipped Daniel. He's got Langley and he's got Britton up. And he's lost his way. Quarter of an hour gone, still no score. And Wicks back to Bonetti. Indeed, you're tempted to say that most of the excitement came before the kickoff. Certainly so far as the first quarter of an hour is concerned. Cook, now to Locke. Now for Langley, this looks better for Chelsea. Wilkins on the far, rather, Britton on the far side. Good running by Langley, and touched in by Steve Finiston. Wayland, no chance at all, exposed cruelly by his defence. But a great run again by Tommy Langley, a young man who it seems can do no wrong at the moment. There he is in the centre. The run by Langley that always had Hull under pressure as he came towards that 6-yard area. And as he turned the ball inside, in fact, it was no more than a mere touch applied by Finiston, making his 24th goal of the season and giving Chelsea the lead with 16 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Hull City 0, and it's that man again, Steve Finiston. And the man who made it, Tommy Langley, a young man who I say can do no wrong at the moment. So Dave Roberts with the free kick for Hull. Sparrow was beaten in the air. Galvin with a chance to get in that equaliser, and it was Charlie Cook, in fact, who was right back there doing the defending job and getting Chelsea out of trouble. But Galvin looking very menacing there for a moment. Chelsea, I suppose, relaxing just a little bit after that score. Here's De Vries. Quite a physical battle there with Locke, and a free kick given to Hull. Roger De Vries. Galvin chipping it in there. Here's Locke. A long ball for Langley to chase, but Croft turning it back. Wilkins for Chelsea. Outside of the boot, and what about that for a pass to Langley? Played in there, oh my goodness, De Vries very nearly put it into his own goal. What a brilliant and exciting piece of football that was. Made by that superb pass with the outside of his right boot from the Chelsea skipper, Ray Wilkins, swerving it into the path of Langley. Langley took it superbly in his stride, the cross came over, and De Vries came within an ace of putting it into his own net. Here's the corner, taken by Britain. Wax is right up there, gets the header in, goal kick. Harris there first. Suddenly slipped Harris. Now can Hull get the equaliser here? Oh, penalty surely. How on earth could that not have been a penalty? Well, that's the most blatant penalty I think I've seen for a long time. Maybe the referee was unsighted, but Hull can feel very aggrieved that they weren't given that penalty when Sunley was brought down there. As it is, they've got a corner. And Wicks getting it away at the second attempt, but only then as far as Lord. Cook getting it away now. This summer for the Los Angeles Aztecs. Broken arm in training last season for them. It certainly has better luck this time, Charlie Cook. Here he is again, Cook. A nice little touch for Britain this time. Locke, back for Cook again. That's a lovely ball there, played towards Finiston. That was a beautiful cross there by Charlie Cook. Ball was curling into the position that Finiston wanted, and he got there just a fraction before the Hull defender, but the Hull defender did enough to force Finiston to put it wide. Wicks with the header. A throw to Hull. Strange ball by Locke in the first place. Nisbet with it. Played for Sunday. Short for Lord. Turned by Galvin. And a half chance was there. Didn't come to him quite as he wanted. Bouncing just that little bit awkwardly. Goal kick then to Chelsea. There goes the whistle then for half-time. Well, Chelsea at least getting a very good goal made for them by Tommy Langley and scored for them, in fact, inevitably, it seems these days, by Steve Finiston. Hull, who battled away a bit, and I think probably could quite rightly say that they should have had a penalty just before half-time when Dave Sunley was brought down, but the referee thought otherwise. Well, that's the half-time situation. Still a good deal to come on the big match this afternoon, of course. A half-time score at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Hull City 0. We'll be right back with that second half. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea leading by a goal to 0 in this second division game against Hull City. Hull in the white strip now, attacking the goal to our right. In fact, they've only scored one goal, Hull City, in 11 visits to Stamford Bridge, and the first of those visits was in 1905, September the 11th, the first game ever that Chelsea played at Stamford Bridge. The result that day, in fact, was 5-1, the day that Hull scored their only goal here. Chelsea unbeaten at home in the league. A free kick taken by Dave Roberts. Here's Galvin. Hull, in fact, have only had one win away in the second division this season. They don't travel awfully well. That was away down in Plymouth about a month ago. Free kick now to Chelsea. Finiston. Oh, what a flick there by Finiston now for Locke, charging into the area, and Roberts has gone with him. Goal kick. Scattered a few photographers, but a lovely rippling run down the right there by Chelsea. A little back heel by Finiston being the thing that made it. Daniels, long ball forward. Harris stopping Sunley. And Sparrow to Locke. Lewington. Headed on nicely for Langley. Combining again with Langley. Finiston waiting in the middle if Langley can get it over. Oh, and he's there! Finiston, number 2. Combination again. Finiston and Langley. Here's Langley. And here's Finiston. As that move went roaring down the right, with Finiston making a great run into that Hull City penalty area. A low cross eluding the Hull defenders, but not Finiston. Almost a reaction there as he knocked it in. Chelsea 2, Hull City 0, and that brings him now to 25. And again, the man who made it, Tommy Langley. Ignore the mindless people who see fit to run onto the field and concentrate on the players. Charlie Cook here. And Chelsea now beginning to celebrate. They needed that second goal to keep the celebrations going. mastermind. So the shed is resounding to the noise that greets that second goal. Suddenly, wait here now for Galvin, and now for young MacDonald. Crossed again there for Haig. Can he get it in? No, he can't. Croft surely is going to hit it, and Benetti down as both Haig and Galvin were in on him. Should there have been the slightest mistake, a smile all round, which is nice to see. And Hull with more than a half chance there, really. And nobody really could quite find the shot that would count. Free kick to Chelsea. Jump by Roberts. Nisbet playing it forward, hopefully, but Sparrow is there. No, he's got to chase to get it again. Nisbet did well there, found Sunley, and Sunley's pass wasn't quite good enough, but he's got another chance, and this time he's found Nisbet. And nobody there to take that useful-looking ball as it came into the Chelsea penalty area. Britain. 20 minutes to go. Wilkins forward now for Langley again. What a pass again it is by... oh, my goodness! Is applauding his young number 11 as hard as he can go. He stopped just as we cut to him. But what a ball it was again by Ray Wilkins. Beautifully flighted and curved into the path of Tommy Langley. And he took it and hit it, but hit it just a matter of inches too high. Tommy Langley's been quite a revelation in these last three or four matches, and it took a lot of courage, I would have thought, by manager Eddie McCready to drop the likes of Ken Swain and Gary Stanley and bring in young Tommy Langley and Charlie Cook to steady up the boat as the crisis began to develop, and it certainly worked. And here's Cook. What a job he's done in this last month. Locke, Langley, De Vries, 10 minutes. Free kick. Oh, Locke and Galvin getting sorted out there, and Wicks going right in there, and Hull reacting as well. And the need for the referee to get in very quickly there to stop that stupidity. Well, it's Galvin and Locke who were involved in the first place. He's calling Galvin to him, and if he calls Galvin to him, he's got to call Locke as well. And there are some young idiots on the ground being booed by the more responsible fans. And if this goes on, there's going to be a real danger that this game is going to be held up for quite some considerable time. In fact, the Hull players are already going off the field, and referee Reg Robinson is calling the players off the field. And the rest of the Chelsea fans are shouting off, off, off. They've got a bit of sense, even if the people you can see on the pitch have not. One player left on the field at the moment, I think. Oh, two, yeah, three. Wicks and Cook, and the Hull goalkeeper, Jeff Whelans. Whelans. And look at the Chelsea chairman on the left there, Brian Mears, with the Chelsea secretary, Chris Matthews, on the left, one of the rare lady secretaries in the Football League. They've obviously made some sort of public announcement. Well, the players are out again, with, on my watch, about 8 minutes to go. And some horses, in fact, coming round behind in front of the shed. The mounted police adding their strength to this situation. Well, where did it all start? Oh, it starts with a free kick. There was a free kick from that incident involving Locke and Galvin, and Roger de Vries with it, curling it in towards Haig. Roberts right in there, Wicks getting it away. Galvin, and a corner for Hull. And just look at those spectators behind that goal. The police are going to have quite a job containing them. There's a wire fence around there, but I just wonder how long that's going to survive. Corner taken. Galvin. Lord with a backward header. Harris thumping it away. Langley. Britton. Wilkins. Chipped in again there. Look at that run by Britton. Oh, a brilliant goal. And they're on again. But that again was Ray Wilkins. A brilliant ball played by him. Ian Britton running onto it. Checked himself for just a moment. And then played it under Whelans into the net for Chelsea's third goal. So yet again the players have left the field. And Eddie McCready, the Chelsea manager in the centre there, you can see with the dark glasses. The referee, Reg Robinson, as well. It's a classic case of gate crashers spoiling a party. John Kay, the Hull City manager there, talking to his number 4, Paul Haig. I would think there is a distinct possibility that this game might not finish. Chelsea their fans have caused 1 or 2 problems to the club over the last few years, and this would be a blemish that would be unforgivable on an afternoon when they've come to celebrate promotion to the First Division. Certainly the impression that we've got up here on our gantry is that the referee is seriously considering whether or not to go on with this game. He's got both managers there now, John Kay of Hull City on the right in the light suit, and Eddie McCready there in the dark glasses on the left. I think what he might well do, he might well get them to make a loudspeaker announcement with the warning that one more invasion and the match will be abandoned. That's where some of the trouble is. Eddie McCready telling the shed to stay quiet.
You guys won't get to the pitch. As soon as a fever, don't spoil the season for the players of both teams.
spelling out one or two things to the crowd there. Didn't hear it terribly well myself through the loudspeaker, but I think the inference was absolutely clear, and that is that he wants the crowd to stay where they are and let the game, the last 5 minutes of the game, finish. So Eddie McCreadie has done his bit, and now we're going to go back to the action. Well, now let's see if we can make some sense of all this chaos. About 5 minutes to go, though my watch has gone ticking on. It was about 5 minutes, I think, when Britain scored that last goal. Lord turning it in, Lewington nodding it away. And back to Benetti. Langley for Chelsea. Oh, Britain in a lot of space on the far side. Finiston through the middle. He's offside. It's in the back of the net, but it will not count. Linesman flagging on the far side. Croft with the free kick. Crossed in there towards Haig, nodded back down there. He claims it was handball by Cook, but the referee said it wasn't. And here's Sparrow. Long ball out here to Britain. With that stoppage, goodness knows how much time there is to go. But here's Finiston. Will he have time? Oh! Well, that was... What's he given now? He's given a penalty? What an extraordinary thing. Because he walked away from it, changed his mind and gave a penalty. Now, whether that was on what the linesman indicated to him, I wouldn't know. A clash there with Finiston. Down went the Chelsea number 9. And Steve Finiston might well be given the chance from this penalty spot to score a hat-trick. Well, nothing much has gone Hull's way today. They should certainly have had a penalty there in the first half. Now they've conceded one here in the second half. Now, is it going to be a hat-trick for Steve Finiston? Jeff Whelan's not yet on his goal line, but now he is. And Finiston one kick away from a hat-trick. And he's got it! This remarkable man keeps going in a remarkable season when he brings his total to 26 and completes the last game of the season for Chelsea in the last minutes of it with a hat-trick from the penalty spot. Hit powerfully, giving Whelans no chance. Chelsea 4, Hull 0, and that really is the way to celebrate. A hat-trick as you go up into the First Division. Wicks, Sparrow. And Wicks back to keeper Benetti. Whistle's gone, and look at them sprinting in there to try and beat the players in. Someone's been bowled over on the ground there. The linesman engulfed on this side by the crowds as they came swarming in. And some of the players just about getting down to the tunnel. And I think the referee decided that he'd blow that whistle when the play was on that side of the field and make a life or death sprint for the tunnel. 3 goals for Steve Finiston, 1 for Ian Britton, 4 for Chelsea, and what better way from then to say farewell to the second division and go up into the first.
Well, as you saw, it was a party that was ruined by the gate crashers, and Chelsea, I'm afraid, will not have heard the last of that one. I spoke to the referee, Reg Robinson, today, who told me that he had no alternative but to report those incidents to the Football Association, and this he would be doing. He said that he thought seriously about abandoning the game, but decided to give football and Chelsea just one more chance, and that's why Eddie McCready went onto the microphone near the end. It was obviously difficult for the referee in these circumstances. I thought he handled that part of the day very well indeed. And for their part, the Chelsea chairman, Brian Mears, instantly decided with his board that Chelsea would build sturdy fences for the start of next season, and, as I told you, that youngsters would now pay £1 to watch their team instead of 50p. It was also stupid and so unnecessary, even allowing for the genuine joy of genuine supporters so happy to see their team back in the First Division. A great pity. Now from Chelsea, their triumph and their troubles, let's move down to the Fourth Division where Colchester, up among the front runners for so long, now needed just 1 point from their home game against Bradfo City to be sure of promotion to the Third Division. Well, there was a crowd of 9,000 at Layer Road. The cameras of Anglia Television were there. Commentator is Jerry Harrison. Colchester are in the stripes, and watch out for a most dramatic start.
Colchester are the ones who kick off. The Fourth Division side with the best home record in the league. They've dropped only 6 points here at Layer Road, and a point will do them, and they're going to get as many men forward as possible. It looks like an own goal for Radcliffe. No, it was put into the back of the net before it went over the line by Bobby Goff, and that is a goal in less than 20 seconds. Radcliffe, only his third game of the season, his first touch. He hasn't had a touch, and they're already 1 down. Fretwell is 6 coming square. This is Pod. And the right has got Hardcastle here on his right. In goes Dolan, but beating Williams. Johnson. Allenson beat. Smith, and here's an opening, and beautifully taken by Watson. Another goalkeeper really doing his nut by the way he's left exposed. Both defences seem a little bit open here. And how did Gary Watson pop up there for his 7th goal of the season? Left completely free as the through ball went forward, and easy one to tuck past with his right foot past goalkeeper Mick Walker. Well challenged by Allenson. It's a good shot. It's in! Ian Allenson. A little bit of aggression and chasing, paying off. Well, that was well played as Bradfo City played it around at the back just once too often. And Allenson was not going to give up the chase. And there it is. It's all over, particularly for Bobby Roberts. Who was given charge of the side last year. They came down from the Third Division, but at the first attempt they go right back up again, much to the delight of the Layer Road supporters. The handshakes here among the two sides mean see you again next year in the Third Division.
So Colchester go up to the Third Division. Well done, Bobby Roberts, the manager, and congratulations too to the Crystal Palace manager, Terry Venables, whose side came through with a tremendous late rush to get promotion to the second, with Mansfield having beaten Wrexham yesterday.
Yeah.
Where were you when you heard the news?
I was at Tottenham.
And how did you hear the news?
Well, I was with a friend of mine who was clued in with a chap behind him who had the radio going, and he was telling me every 7 or 8 minutes, and it was pretty nerve-wracking.
I was going to say, without when it's out of your hands like that, I can't imagine a more nerve-wracking afternoon.
That's right. That's right.
But there was no getting away from that pressure.
No, you could never escape it. Even if you locked me, they said a lot of people said you should have stayed at home, but you can't hide from it. It's there all the time,
No.
so you just as well go and watch.
But what a fabulous weekend, not only for you but for the club as a whole.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Friday night we won the FA Youth Cup against Everton, and of course we had this tremendous news on Saturday. So it's rounded off a season of hard work from everybody.
It's basically a young side you've got with a lot of really brilliant youngsters from what we hear coming through. I mean, obviously they won the FA Youth Cup. How do you view the prospects of going into the second division now?
We've got a good first team squad, and now we're getting a good shape to the club because we've got the youth team, as I say, doing so well. Kenny's the first to come through, and he's shot right up there, amazing speed, and we expect quite a few more to come through as well, so we'll have a lot of strength all round, I'm hoping.
Well, Kenny Sansom, the left back, 18 years old?
Yeah, so yeah.
Who's played how many games this season?
60, maybe 65.
Any more to come?
Yeah, a couple in Belgium. in the Mini World Cup.
Yeah. And you were in the side, of course, that beat Everton in the FA Youth Cup.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of managers say that youngsters of your sort of age get very tired towards the end of the season, can't really cope with 2 games a week and the pressure that goes with it. Have you felt any of that sort of pressure, Ken?
Only the last couple of games, the very last few, but other than that, I feel great all through every game.
He's a tremendous prospect, isn't he? Sparing his blushes.
Yeah, of course
seen him
he is,
once or twice
Well, he's physically in front of the boys of his age as well. You know, he's like a young man already, where other boys are still growing up, and he's made a tremendous surge forward.
Yeah.
Everyone's delighted for him. All the first team players, they're very pleased with him.
Camberwell lad, local boy.
One of the chaps.
Yeah, one of the chaps. How did you come to join Crystal Palace in the first place, Ken?
Well, I've been to a lot of clubs previously before I came to Crystal Palace, and I only while having a chat with my older brother, you know, he took me around all the clubs, like, and as soon as I came down to Palace, it was it.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to play for him. You know, as soon as I played, I had a few games in the youth team, signed Savage County Forms, and I felt great there. You know, I wanted to play, and I played better for them. So.
And you want to play in the second division?
Cool, not many, yeah.
Well, that all came about, not many. That all came about really last Wednesday night at Wrexham when you had to go there and win. And indeed you did that on a night when Wrexham wanted just 1 point, Terry. We got those pictures that were shown in On the Ball yesterday, in fact.
That's right.
You've not seen them yet.
That's it, a long throw from Kenny here, and David Swindler's got right into the box from midfield position, done well to finish it off. Here's Barry Silkman, he's crossing. Who goes up? The man himself is Kenny. And Stevie Perrin just bangs it in the onion bag.
It looked as though Wrexham were dead here, but they come back so well. What about that?
Yeah, tremendous shot.
Graham Whittle.
Yeah, Graham Whittle is tremendous from that distance. He's liable to do anything from there. And you've got to be on your toes from there.
And then 15 minutes from the end, they got this equaliser.
Yeah, it's a bad goal from us. Peter Caswell, who had done well his first game, called a bit too far off his line in that position, I think.
And 90 seconds from the end, Wrexham were as good as promoted with that 1 point until Rashi Harkouk.
The smash.
Rash the smash.
Yes. Excellent. It's only he could get that type of goal.
Yeah, and they were so down then, the men in the red shirts, that this was really a formality of the second one. But Jeff Bourne, who you got from Derby, has done so well for you.
Yeah, he
looks very lively in the box.
Very clinical there, and he's given us a slipperiness in the box that we perhaps didn't quite have before.
Yeah. There's a great temptation to remain loyal to people who've got you where you are.
Very hard, yeah.
But do you feel that you will need to go and buy somebody?
I'll have to think about that. I think you've got to enjoy your victories, and I'm going to give myself a few days just to relax and enjoy what's happened. Then we start work again, and I'll think about it then.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a possibility that you may need to strengthen the side.
I'll have a think about it.
Not going. Not beating about the bush. A lot of people have. There are rumours floating around that Terry Venables will soon go to a first division club. You're obviously a very able young manager. What can you tell Palace fans about that?
I'm very happy, and I'll be at Palace next season.
Yeah, but you put a 1 season limit on that, though.
No, I didn't. I said I'll be there starting off next season. No, it could be any time. I'm very happy, and there's no reason that I should think it otherwise.
Yeah. You have a contract there, Terry.
I do have a contract, yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us for how long?
Well, it's one which there's quite a few clauses in the contract. It's not just a straight one, and it could be for a season or it could be for 4 seasons.
Yeah. You've got a very unusual summer coming up. I know you've told me you're writing a book, another one in conjunction with Gordon Williams, isn't it?
That's right. Me and Gordon Williams have written 3 private eye books about a Londoner from Bethnal Green, and we've got to find time to write another one in the summer. So.
But one of them is coming into a series on ITV,
well,
I gather.
Hazel is the name of the guy, and the series will be based upon him, and that comes out on ITV in September.
In place of the Sweeney, or another Sweeney type?
On Monday night, that's right. 13 one-hour films of Hazel.
Man of many parts, and a successful manager as well. Terry, congratulations to you, and congratulations to Ken, and look forward to seeing you in the second division.
Thank you.
Well, in fact, before Terry and Ken leave us, we've got to make the draw for the London Five-a-Side Championship, which is sponsored by the Evening Standard, and it's to be played at Wembley on Tuesday week, which you'll be able to see, incidentally, on ITV. That's the Tuesday after the Cup final. So let's ask Terry and Ken. In fact, Ken's going to hold the black bag there for Terry. I should tell you that Crystal Palace are number 12, if you're interested.
6.
Number 6 is Orient.
7.
Play number 7, which is Brentford.
4.
4 is Tottenham.
5.
Play number 5, Elton John's Watford.
Right back, Ken.
Number 2 is Arsenal.
Play. One does.
Arsenal will play Crystal Palace, number 12.
8.
8 is Queen's Park Rangers.
9.
Plays number 9, Fulham.
1.
Now, these are second round games coming up now. Millwall, number 1.
Yeah. Legs 11.
Play legs 11, which is West Ham.
3.
Number 3 is Chelsea.
And House on 10.
House on 10 is Charlton. Will you put a good side out for that one?
Well, yeah, sure. We've got Kenny will be away, and Ian Evans is in with the Welsh side.
Yeah.
They say he can't play 5-a-side anyway.
Should be a great night, though. Let's just recap. Thank you, Terry and Ken. Let's just recap on that draw. In the first round, Orient play Brentford, Spurs play Watford, Arsenal play Crystal Palace, Queen's Park Rangers play Fulham, and then in the second round, Millwall play West Ham, and Chelsea play Charlton. And our last match today takes us to Bolton for their crucial second division clash against champions Wolves. Bolton required 3 points from their last 2 games to overhaul Nottingham Forest and take the last promotion place. Defeat, and they'd be out of it. So it really was a tense afternoon at Burnden Park. The pictures come from Granada Television. The commentator's Gerald Sinstadt with Bolton in white.
And it's gone right across the back four, and now Monroe has it. Foul by Jones on Richards. Wolves sending Brazier forward. Hibbett and Carr are the 2 men over the ball. Both very inventive with dead ball situations. That wasn't an accident. It's got Hibbett through, and somehow it hit McDonald, and he couldn't keep it out. Wolves worked it brilliantly in the end. Hibbett went on the run. Carr dummied, and as the wall broke, Carr chipped it over, and was Hibbett offside? McDonough, a brave effort to save it, but the ball just trickles into the net. Good header by Allardyce. Gary Jones, Morgan, Nicholson. Beautifully forward for Morgan, and put out for a corner by Brazier. Morgan to take it. Paul Jones looking for it. So is Allardyce. Oh, unlucky! Morgan's corner. Paul Jones there for the first attempt. Allardyce on the second one. A very deliberate nod. Just bounced it off the top of the bar. Wolves have contested every ball. They've looked sharp on the break. They scored a very good goal. Nicholson now. Greaves. Could have let that drop. Now he tries the shot. It's come to Watmore, who is a man who can finish. I think the referee has disallowed it. He's given offside. The linesman is here with his flag up. Well, it can only have been offside. The linesman had his flag up, but I don't think it was Watmore. Gary Jones. Morgan lurking on the touchline. Here he is now. Oh, he's past his man, but he was tripped. The culprit was Richards. Morgan. Allardyce is there, and he's missed it. Only by an inch or two. Another beautifully accurate cross, this time with a dead ball by Willie Morgan. Allardyce jumping, meeting it with a solid header. And what was that, an inch past the post? Ian Greaves down on the bench there, and all the problems of 41 games written on that forehead. Ritson's free kick, spinning into the penalty area, the header by Greaves, and back by Gary Jones. Watmore has missed. Greaves, then Jones, then Watmore, and agony again as it just rolls across that penalty area, missing the far post. Nicholson, 40 minutes of the half gone, 5 minutes left. And again, touch of anxiety, and the ball that Ritson played in there. Danger again then from Wolves on the break. But Bolton have ridden that, and Train is coming forward. Train into the box now for the right foot. And again on the left, Morgan was there, but it was blocked on the line by Palmer. Now Train, a header by Hibbett. Still it's not clear, but the whistle has gone for a foul, and as Paul Jones puts the ball in the net, there'll be no goal, and Pearce is down holding his thigh, and the pressure is lifted off Wolves just for a moment. "41 games, 9 months of effort, and it's all coming to nothing." Yes, back on his feet, but anything but agile by the look of it. Forward come Bolton again. This is a whole season's endeavour here. That's the danger, and the goalkeeper's got it. But that's the ball that he's going to have difficulty with. The high one with forwards coming in on him. And now here's Gould, and the linesman flagged for a foul by Gould. Ritson to take the free kick. We've had 3.5 minutes of injury time. The back header by Jones, and the goalkeeper has got it bravely again under a challenge by Nicholson. Trainer is on. Well, Pearce is a hero of this game. It's Pearce, you may remember, who performed wonders at Wembley for Wolves in the League Cup final. And today, although there is no prize at stake for them, because they're already certain to be champions, he certainly has been a hero. And he's not going to see out the final seconds. They'll have to take him off, and it'll be Bobby Gould who'll go in goal. And he, in his time, has performed a few heroics in that role. So Bobby Gould, always a player who relishes a battle, always loves to be in the thick of things, taking over now in goal. Not the first time he's done it in a league game. But how long to go? By my watch, it's almost 50 minutes since we kicked off this half. We've had time wasting, we've had stoppages. Somehow or other, Mr. Partridge is making calculations out there, but it can't be much now. Hibbett takes the free kick. Sunderland. Nicked away from Carr by Allardyce. Gary Jones chasing it, so too is Richards. You'd have thought that was virtually the first ball of Richards' season, not the last. Ritson's deep cross under Test Gould. He's way out of goal, but the ball's out for a goal kick. Drama, suspense, anguish. On to Paul Jones. Overcomes the cross. Cleared by Palmer. And there's the final whistle. That's the end of all Bolton's hopes of promotion for the second successive season. 2 years running, they've gone to the very threshold of the First Division and stumbled with 1 foot on the step.
Yes, I'm sure everybody will have sympathy for Ian Greaves, the manager of Bolton. But what about the goal that was disallowed for Bolton, presumably for offside? Let's have a closer look at it with Terry Venables. Terry, do you get the impression, as most of us, that...
Well, when it's delivered, you don't see the guy who's arrowed there, but he's just on his way back, and it's touch and go. It could have possibly been offside. It's a shame because he took it so well.
Yeah.
And it's a hell of a blow for Ian.
So that's why it is that Bolton play in the second division next season. That's it then, until next Saturday, of course, when we've got the cup final between Liverpool and Manchester United. And what a day we've got in store for you on ITV. And this year, a unique chance to get right behind the scenes because we've gone mad. There's a ITV camera in both team coaches as they're going to make their way to the Wembley Stadium. One with Bob Paisley and his men to see how they're going to react, and one with Tommy Dock and his men as well. We shall go all the way to Wembley with the players. And when they get there, we've got complete live coverage of what promises to be, of course, a marvellous final. So a season now virtually over. And what a joyous and what a cruel game it can be. And today we're going to leave you with some men who I'm sure would be the first to confirm it.